Poem number 82. Thank goodness for coffee, the bright warmth of my morning, the promise that I'll make it through the day, or at least this one rainy morning. Sitting here with my Wonder Woman mug, I'm beginning to think people are crazy who live their lives without it. Or maybe that is an addiction. Hi, I'm Kaye Spivey, and welcome to the final stretch of the 100 Poems in 100 Days challenge. We are getting so close to the end, it's almost kind of bittersweet and also kind of relieving. So I've been in another writing slump for this past week. I don't know if it's because we reached 80 this week. I think my last slump was at my last slump was at 60 poems. It seems like I have a problem with intervals of 20. So I'm going to read you a little bit of an earlier poem because I really didn't like a lot of my poems from this week. So I'm not even going to tell you what number it was, so you can't tell how far back I went to read this one. The light layers of mist blow like smoke in the wind, catch and carry on every breath, swirl together, the drops so light a breeze plasters them against my window, and they never touch the ground. The spring is here, April is gonna be starting up, we have one more week of March, and then April, and then it's the 10-day countdown. I guess my challenge for you for this week is to see if you can reach the 90 poems, even if you're a little behind, like I am a little bit behind, but if you can reach the 90 poems by next Saturday, which is the 1st of April, then we'll all be on the home stretch, 10 poems for the beginning of April, and we'll have reached the 100 mark. If you're behind, maybe you can join in just for that little bit and see if you can write a poem a day for the beginning of April, or join straight on into National Poetry Writing Month and start your 30 days of poems at the beginning of April. Camera makes my hair look good. I did re-dye my hair, did you notice? It was fading out, but now it looks really good. Hopefully it shows up as well to you guys. I'm pretty proud of this. The other poem I want to read for this week, that I did write this week, even though it's number 76, so it should have been for last week. This is what me writing a complaint poem really looks like. So I'm not going to get too far into details, so we're not violating any HIPAA here, but this poem has to do with an individual, I say man in the poem, so this man who is coming into my place of work for treatment, and this guy needed a lot of medical treatment just in order to function day to day. After he maxed out the number of allowed visits on his insurance for the services that we offer at my work, ever since that day, every single time he comes in, because now he's paying like an out-of-pocket cost, which isn't even all that much more, but every single visit since the day he maxed out his allowed visits from his insurance, he's complained loudly about Obamacare. Every visit. And the worst part is, his insurance is not an Obamacare insurance. I don't know if he's mistaking having to have insurance for Obamacare, or if he doesn't realize how much of the treatment he just had from multiple places, not just our office, his insurance covered the cost of. I don't know. It was driving me crazy. And this poem is about an interaction we had. The man who, every day, complains about Obamacare has a beef with our calendar because I don't see Easter listed on it. Must be one of those secular calendars, he scoffs, but it isn't. Easter comes late this year, and I point it out when I find it. Religious man worried about Good Friday, why didn't you know Easter came late? Same reason you didn't know that your insurance is not Obamacare. It's not part of the Affordable Care Act. I should have said, of course it comes late, since it's based on the lunar calendar and centered on a pagan fertility holiday. And seen what he thought of that. Why is Jesus' death based on the lunar calendar and his birth isn't? I wonder if he'd even have an answer. Maybe blame another religion for it. Maybe blame Obama, since he had as much to do with the placement of Easter as he had to do with this man's health insurance. He says he can't come in on Good Friday. I didn't really want to see him there today, but here we are. it's relevant to what's going on since the Affordable Care Act is trying to be replaced by Affordable Care Act Light in our country, which basically means the same thing that most things with the Trump administration have meant. Rich people get more tax breaks, poor people get none and are paying a larger portion. I thought this was something that we addressed in our country as a bad thing. I thought it was something that we addressed all around the world, that the top 1% should be paying an equal portion. But now we have a fake millionaire in our office and his administration is going to go ahead and give themselves some tax breaks. Because I work somewhere where we look at people's health insurance and we check it and we bill health insurance, most of the people who are grateful for having health insurance are people who, cancer survivors and people who have chronic illnesses or have kids who have chronic illnesses. And most of the people who complain about it and insist that they're paying out of pocket and that their insurance is not paying at all, even though I can see how much their insurance is covering in our computer system. I can see how much their insurance is covering that's not coming out of their pocket. I know you're paying your own deductible and I know you're paying your insurance as well, and it seems like a lot of money, but it's not as much as your insurance is actually picking up. Most of the people who complain about it are wealthier, quite a bit older, like 60s-ish range white men. And those are definitely the only people who complain about it loudly to my face who didn't choose their health insurance. I just told them what their insurance told me. I didn't choose it for them, and they mostly complain about it to me. And they always call it Obamacare. And no one who has complained about Obamacare to me has been on an Obamacare plan. I do work in a medical professional. I do have a day job. Even with my blue hair, I have a day job. Thanks for joining me here this Saturday. Please leave a comment down below and be sure to like this video and subscribe, and I will see you back here again next Saturday. Bye! Here. Come here, crazy. Let's get pie in the video. You want me in the video? Yeah? No, he's having a crazy. There's so much footage of me cutting out moments of my cats going nuts. My hair's looking so good. Okay, should you really be getting so political on your YouTube channel?